The final team we're going to do today is the Atlanta Hawks. Now, this team actually has a pretty good future ahead of them. With Trae Young, with John Collins, this is one of the few teams that didn't have a great record that you actually can look at and say, oh, yeah, they have something here. And Clint Capella didn't play last year.
Yeah.
Didn't play for them at all. And he's an absolute rebounding machine and can really help this team. DeAndre Hunter, they're looking for more out of. Kevin Huerter is a nice piece. This is not a bad roster at all.
No, it's a really good young roster to build around. I think moving off that Torian Prince contract was really good for this team. Like you said, a lot of good young pieces that I think is just going to take time. You need more out of DeAndre Hunter, like you said. I think Clint Capella is going to be really big for this team. I think they really needed to get a center in there that could shot block, play defense, rebound, give a lob threat. You know, you have John Collins, obviously, that can be a lob threat. But, yeah, I really like the direction this team is going in. Trae Young is a lot better than I thought he was going to be. So that's a good piece. I think Cam Reddish is underrated in the fact that he just needs to develop a little more, and I think
he needs more playing time.
Yeah, I agree. I think he needs to get his minutes, and I think he can be that kind of Paul George prototype that he was supposed to be coming out of college. So yeah, I think they have a good nucleus there. But I'll let you speak on it, and then I'll make one other.
Well, here's my main question. This team is modeled semi after, the Warriors, like the Stephen Clay. They have some Warriors personnel there with, I believe, their GM as well. Do you see that building with this team? Obviously, maybe not to the level, but do you see the building blocks here at all?
Yeah, I do. I Trae Young and Kevin Huerter, I think, are your Stephen Clay. I mean, Kevin Huerter is not exactly a defensive player like Clay is, right. But you have the shooting backcourt. You have the same type of thing. They have the one thing that the Warriors always lacked, which was a center. They have Clint Capella now, a good young center to build with this young guards. John Collins is, a solid player. He's
really good for me. He's played excellent.
See, to me, I don't know why, but I'm not as high on John Collins as everyone else is. Like, I've seen, I follow stuff on, Bleacher Report and stuff, and Atlanta Hawks fans act like John Collins is, Luka Doncic. They're like, oh, we have John Collins. He's some huge piece that they can trade. He's awesome. And don't get me wrong, he's a good young player, but I'm not this is my franchise building block type of guy.
Your franchise building block is right here.
Yeah.
That's it. It's right here. It's Trae Young. That's what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't understand that whole thing with Atlanta Hawks fans. I guess they think John Collins is heaven sent, which he's good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know that he's that good.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving past that, yeah, I can see like you said, kind of that Warriors prototype. I think they have way more depth. Obviously, they've drafted really well and moved off of some good pieces to get some younger pieces. DeAndre Hunter needs to be what they thought he was going to be.
Didn't perform very well last year, even with some pretty good minutes.
Yeah, so that to me is the piece that you need to get more out of. But one thing I do want to touch on is I do feel bad for Vince. I wanted Vince to get his full last end of the season, but
honestly, what a weird career end, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Man.
It would be hard for me to be like, you know what? I know he said that was the end, but it would have been okay with me if he was like, one more year. Let's have a regular ending to my career. Let's.
Is there any possible way he can get cut and then signed to a Orlando team?
A 10-day, yeah.
It's man.
Yeah, that. It was kind of sour to me. I wanted him to because he's been in the league for so long. I just was like, just get the guy a normal ending. But he got a pretty fun ending. It's gonna be weird looking back on his career, and he's a Hall of Famer. There's no argument. The guy's a Hall of Famer. The guy's a legend of the game, and for him to be in the league as long as he has, and the longevity that he's had is remarkable. Definitely.
It's amazing.
Especially for the type of bounce he had. You thought that those knees were going out years ago.
Yeah.
But he hangs around, so.
It's a weird ending, though. I think one of the weirdest things for Vince Carter is to think about the slam dunk contest. You'll think about his Toronto years, but then you also think of what has to be the most bizarre ending to a Hall of Fame career in all sports.
Most definitely. The thing I always give credit to Vince for is, even towards the end, he just wanted to keep re-signing with these, bad Atlanta Hawks teams towards the end.
He wanted some playing time, man.
He wanted some playing time, but I think he really enjoyed being around the young guys and kind of showing them the ropes and kind of, not just, like you said, kind of being a bench, an afterthought on a really good team. He wanted to be, a piece that could play a little bit. And to me, what stands out is being able to, help these young guys, become professionals. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You have to be a professional. You have to know how to go about it the right way. And I think he really displayed that throughout his career.
And watching him talk over the last week, I think he's just so at peace with what happened. I'm sure he does feel sad about it, and I think we all are. As I just said, it's the weirdest career end to any Hall of Fame player ever. It's strange, but he seems so at peace with it and so comfortable being like, yeah, I'm done. I'm 42, I'm done.
That's, to me, the biggest point, like you said, is like, I find it so remarkable that a guy like that can just, like you said, kind of be at peace with it. It just, he understands it is what it is and takes it for what it is. You know what I mean? He's not sour about it or anything. He just takes it for what it is. And personally speaking, I'd have a really hard time with that. So it's really respectable to see how he handled the whole situation.
100%.